that is going on right now. So what I'm going to share with you is just the information that LAUSD has shared with us so far. So it's very limited, but it kind of gives you a picture of maybe where we're going. And we're going to need to get some things done in the next couple of weeks from our families to kind of really begin to plan out how we may possibly reopen the schools. So our three objectives for today is we are going to be going over some of the district-wide safety protocols that we are going to start implementing in the classrooms and around the campus. I want to be able to start giving you guys a visual of what it's going to look like when students come back. Also, I'm going to be sharing with you the Return to Campus Family Guide. I'm going to be posting it on Class Dojo, but it's also on our school loop. If you look up, see at the end, I'll give you the links. It's a 8 to 9 pager PDF that's going to give you all the information that I'm going to go over today. So if you just sit back, relax, and just kind of take it all in. And this guide will be available to you as well. And also, we're going to be talking about the different programs that are going to be available to families if we do begin to reopen. So those are the different things that I'm going to be going over today. So just a couple of things for you to be aware of. We are partnering with a lot of different agencies. As you all know, I try to be really good about posting on Class Dojo and Facebook and social media and Instagram. We have a Twitter account. We're partnering with a lot of different agencies like HealthNet and Anthem. We're giving out free vaccines around the community, really trying to get everyone ready for the reopening of schools. So we also have started actual COVID testing on the different school sites. So we're working with different partners to really begin to prepare in the long term, the different agencies that are going to be helping us out when we do open up schools. So before we actually get into the reopening, as you guys all know, yesterday's numbers were already at 3,900 cases, and it is on the rise. And one of the things I want my parents to understand is right now we're in the purple tier, which is the highest tier. In order for us to possibly reopen, we have to be in the red tier. And one of the reasons I'm going over this is because I want you to understand that we are not going to be able to open until we're in the red tier, which is where we're averaging 700 cases a day. And we were in it a couple weeks ago. It was getting good. We have to be in the red tier for up to 3 weeks for the county to let us open. So right now we're in the purple tier, and as you know, our numbers are going up. So it looks like we're not going to open for a little while. But one of the things I want to tell my parents is start looking at the numbers. Once we start getting down to 700 and we stay in that 700 average for several weeks is when we get the okay to open up schools. So I just want to make sure that you kind of understand that. I'm going to give you all the information of what it's going to look like if we do open, but we won't be opening until we're in the red. And that's when we're averaging 700 cases a week. Okay, so one of the things I want you guys to, I mentioned earlier is this Return to Campus Guide, and you're going to see some websites. You have the reopening LAUSD.net family selection. It's going to give you all of the information. If you want to take a screenshot of this, go ahead and do so. But I'm going to be posting this. I already have it posted in English and Spanish on our school loop. I also have it, I'm going to be posting it on Class Dojo as well, so it'll be available to you, so you can skim through it. They're also going to be mailing it to all of our families, so you'll be getting it in the mail as well. So be on the lookout for this, because this is going to give you more information on everything that's going on. And one of the things that I just want to kind of go over with you is just letting you know that we are working with the LA County Health Department to really making sure that we have a safe return for our kids. They've already come to visit Sierra Vista a couple weeks ago, and the Department of Health, they do walkthroughs and they kind of look at how we're planning to do everything. What our safety protocol. Actually, Sierra Vista was one of the earlier schools that they came out to. Right now, they're starting to go out to all school districts. So we were one of the first schools that they came out to visit. And I don't know if any of you guys have been on campus, but you'll start to see a lot of different things around campus on how we're doing things and the protocols that are in place. So we do have protocols in place on our campus. You're going to be seeing a lot of the PPE signs around the schools. You're going to be seeing a lot of the mandated social distancing. We already have our disinfecting protocols in place where our custodial staff is, you know, those areas right now, because we have limited staff on site, they come around a couple hours a day to clean everything up. The bathrooms are being cleaned 3 to 4 times a day. So we're already practicing, even though we don't have the kids there, we're already starting to practice because we want to make sure that we kind of have everything down if at some point soon we begin to open. So just know that we have that going on right now. And also we're going to be talking a little bit about the instructional flexibility that the district is thinking of having if we one day do go hybrid. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. They are still in the infancy stages of deciding what hybrid learning is going to look like, because that is all going to depend on how many families are interested in coming back and what the numbers are going to look like. So they're already talking about having 2 possible scenarios, and I'll talk a little bit about it. Is one, you can choose hybrid learning where students will learn in cohorts, in small groups, in the classrooms. And I think the ratio is 12 children to 2 adults in a class right now. And families can also choose to stay on virtual learning. It's your choice on what you want to do. So now what the actual cohort schedule is going to look like is going to depend on a little bit more time with the district deciding that. So just know that those are the 2 options that they're thinking of. And they're already designing, like we're already designing at our school site, like schedules so that cohorts of certain classes only play with each other and they're not socializing with other cohorts, so that we're kind of controlling the groups that are playing and things like that. So just know that we're working on that right now. And once we know actually the groups and the numbers, I think it's going to depend on how many parents are interested in coming back to school, on how the district is going to do cohorts. We've heard different scenarios, and some of the scenarios are maybe we do an AM, the kids go home, and then we have a PM that comes in. We have scenarios where students will do virtual learning. They'll do hybrid learning, and then families will have the option of doing virtual learning, and there's going to be a camera in the classroom where the students can watch. Right now, they're piloting in our district in certain classrooms, because some teachers are coming on campus, videotaping the teachers. While they could have children in the classroom, they also are being videotaped, so those students that are at home could see it virtually. So they haven't finalized that yet, but they want to know, would you want to stay home or would you want your child to come in? So just know that I'm going to be talking about a survey in a little bit that you are going to fill out, where you're going to let the district know. And in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be reminding everyone through telephone calls and Class Dojo to make sure that they fill it out, because we want to know the numbers at Sierra Vista of parents that would be interested in bringing their children back versus those that would want them to do it virtually, because that's gonna determine how we create our learning schedules for our students. One of the things I do want to let you all know, and I already started letting everyone know, is that we do have COVID testing going on now. Our local testing site is El Sereno Middle School. I'm really encouraging all families, you can take the whole family, you can sign up. When you sign up on the link, the first 2 questions, it asks you, have you been asked to come and take the test? You have to put yes. So Ms. Arias is telling you that I'm asking you to go and take the test. So you can mark yes. And once you mark yes, then it will let you fill out the bit.ly. And it's in English and it's in Spanish. So you can pick however you want to do it. I've gone already several times. I took my family actually this Monday. Now that winter is starting, we all went on Monday and we all got it done. And within 24 hours, I got my results. And for me, because I'm coming in every week, I'm going to be going in, I go in every week because winter's coming. I'm going in every week. So know that it's free. The district has been talking about proposing, hopefully eventually, they would like to possibly have testing sites at each school. I know that is a goal. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but if you log in, it'll give you the different testing sites in the community. So if you have a chance, go and get tested. If your child is going to come to school, they will have to be tested. How often? I'm not sure yet. I am hearing weekly, but I'm not. That's not definite. So I know employees, they're going to start making employees start testing every week if you're on site. So if you are thinking about possibly having your child come back in hybrid schedule, make sure that you check out the website achieve.lausd.net COVID testing app appointment, and you do that. I know if you have your own private insurance, if you'd rather do that, parents will have that option, and you'll just have to bring in verification when you get your child tested. So know that is going to be a requirement if you do choose to bring them on site. I already said El Sereno Middle School is where they are doing the local testing. You will need your child's student ID when you register. You can register up to 3 members at one time. And then after that, you have to register that 4th or 5th separately. So for example, I registered myself and my 2 daughters, and then I had to register my husband separately because I think it only lets you do 3 at one time with dependents. You can get your child's student ID through Parent Portal. It's on their report cards. Or if you still don't have it, go ahead and call the main office and we can give you the student ID number, because you are going to need that so we can have it logged that your child has been tested, especially once they're going to come in for hybrid. Okay. As I already mentioned, we are starting to implement a lot of safety protocols on site. The 3 S's is, are we screening people when they come in? Sanitation, are we periodically cleaning those high traffic areas around the school? And are we social distancing while we are on site? The students and the staff and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you a general video that the district has produced. It has a lot of the signage that you'll see. It'll explain a little bit about traffic flow and things like that, what classrooms will probably begin to look like. And know that I'm working on a video of our school, and I'll be walking around. I'm hoping that Mr. Russell, our nurse, is helping me develop it. Doing just a short video so you guys can see some of our protocols on site. And we'll probably have that posted on Class Dojo before we go on vacation. So I'm going to go ahead and share the video.
Welcome to the LA Unified Return to Campus Safety Protocol video. In LA Unified, every day starts with a commitment to safety and the 3 S's: screening, sanitize, and social distancing. It is up to everyone to use the 3 S's to protect their health and the health of others. The first S is for screening. Screening of students, employees, and anyone entering campus. Upon daily arrival to campus, your temperature will be checked. A check-in area for health screening questions will be in place with enough space to maintain privacy. All LAUSD employees and students will check in daily for health screening. If you have a fever, cough, or cold and flu-like symptoms, please do not enter. Return when you are well. The second S is for sanitize. Sanitize frequently. Start with practicing rigorous hand hygiene. Restrooms and hand washing sinks in classrooms will be stocked with soap and paper towels. Hand sanitizer will also be available in locations throughout campus. Frequent cleaning of high-touch surfaces, along with disinfecting classroom furniture and other surfaces, are being kept clean and sanitized daily with electrostatic misters. And for anyone age 2 and over, a face covering is required. The third S is for social distancing. Keep at least 6 feet between people at all times. Look to signs that mark 6 feet of distance on the floor or wall. When distributing items such as food or devices, also comply with social distancing requirements. Signage and floor markings will be used to help remind us about social distancing, which will be key to nearly every aspect of returning to school, during class, breaks, and lunch periods. These are the 3 S's for site safety: screening, sanitize, social distancing. For detailed information, please review the 3 S's for site safety document. Keeping safe and healthy is everyone's job.
Okay. Let me see, where was I? So as the video showed, we already have a lot of the signage up around the school. We already have gotten a lot of the sanitizers, and we're putting them in all the classrooms. We also have some that are stand up alone as well. My custodial staff is already practicing the cleaning of the high traffic areas right now, our bathrooms, our offices, and they'll have a protocol in place when classrooms come back on site. Now, depending on if we do a cohort A in the morning and then a cohort B in the afternoon, then they'll be cleaning cleaning in between. And it will also depend on how they do the lunches. I think they've been talking about doing grab and go. So as students are leaving, they're going to be picking up a lunch on the way out. So there's going to be no like lunch cooking and stuff like that. And I think they're still finalizing all that, but it's going to depend on, do we have one session during the day, or will we have 2 groups during the day? So as we know, the numbers of students that want to actually come on site is going to determine how they're going to schedule all of that. And also I know that the district is developing an app where they're going to be tracing like employees and everyone, and also tracing students that are being tested, so we can be monitoring that as well. So you'll be hearing more information about that screening app that's going to be coming out from the district as well. We also already got in all the classrooms are already set up with the new upgraded air filtration systems that are COVID, I don't know, it's like this whole new thing with the filtrations. We have clean air that's circulating already in the systems. Those got done about 2 months ago. So there's vents in the systems. I already worked on all the classrooms as well. Like, we made sure that we can open up all the classroom windows for just extra, airflow. Airflow is good. We all know that airflow is good. So we've been doing little things and checking things around the school to make sure that we can have doors open, and all the windows, especially because some of them had to be repaired because they were jam closed. Also, our rooms have already been set up as well. We have spacing in between seats so that kids are sitting 6 feet apart. And when I do my individual video, you'll be able to see more of what it looks like at our site. And we have our physical distancings. We already have our pathways. We're kind of working on our entrance and exit right now. So right now, people are not allowed in the main office anymore. You buzz the buzzer, we have signage, and you come in through the side pavilion, and that's our check-in area, where you check in, and then we, you know, service you however you need or whoever you need to be serviced with. And that's where we do our screening. So right now, we really don't have anyone on campus, but that will be our check-in area. It's going to be in our pavilion area. But when I do my video, you'll be able to kind of see how we're going to do things at Sierra Vista. And also everyone is required to wear masks. I will tell my parents though, if you are thinking about bringing them back to school, start practicing with them. Get those masks that they're comfortable with, that they can, I don't have it on me, but I have these little clips. They're actually eyeglass clips, and I clip them to my mask. And, you know, so I don't lose my mask. So I'm going to tell all my parents to make sure that you get those. Because a lot of my little ones, they'll start playing, you know, they'll take it off and let me go, whatever. And then they'll forget. So I'm going to be promoting that as well. Things that I am telling my parents, I already bought my students little gifts when they come back. I got them a water bottle, and I got them a little Sierra Vista mask with our emblem on it. But, you know, the children have their own masks that, you know, like me, there's certain ones that I can't breathe out of and I'm not comfortable with. So start shopping around and start making sure that your children are getting comfortable with the masks, so that when we do open up, they're going to be okay with having it on all day. Okay. So that is one thing I am telling my parents to start practicing with, especially the little ones as well. So I already talked about that. We've already kind of got our facilities all up. I'll kind of speed through this. You will see this signage all around the school. I already have it posted all around the school. You're going to be seeing these when you enter. And as I said, our pavilion area is going to be our screening area where you come in and check in. It's like a little check-in area where you're going to be coming in. And I already talked about, we've already set up all of our rooms. You'll see in our videos that I show you later where we put signs on certain desks. Because Sierra Vista is so small, we left all the desks in the classrooms. We just put signs in between our desks that aren't going to be used. So there'll be like a chair, a desk, and then another chair. And there's enough. We already did a count. Most of our classes are pretty small. We don't have really big classes, especially I was kind of concerned about the upper grades, but we're pretty good in the numbers and stuff or whatever. So you'll be seeing a little bit more on how we've set up things when I do my own personal video. And you'll also see a lot of signage on the floors, but we're finding that because they've been up for like a month now, the sun's destroying them. So we're gonna have to find other ways, these signages, because we're an outside school as well, the signs are coming up or they're changing in color. So we're gonna have to figure that out. But we already have our flow of how kids are supposed to walk on the yard and stuff. So let me see what else. So what is your job now to do? So your job now, my parents, is to decide, what do I want? What am I considering for my child? Am I considering them coming back to school, hybrid learning where they're going to be in person, or do I just want to keep them home because that's what I want to do? My child is doing good at home. My child is doing better at home, maybe, than they were at, I don't know, right? What do you want to do? So there is going to be a survey that I'm going to actually post tomorrow on Class Dojo. But you'll also have the website right now that you can click on it, or maybe right after this meeting, I'll post it on Class Dojo with the link. And you're gonna kind of decide, what do you want to do with your child? Now, it's not set in stone. You can always change your mind. It's much easier to start hybrid and go to virtual learning than to be virtual learning and then want to go to hybrid because of numbers. So you will have, if you decide to do, maybe you want to do virtual learning a little bit longer. You want to just, until maybe your child is having a hard time just adjusting going out. Like my daughter, going out, it's really difficult for her right now. So we've been baby steps going out in public. Maybe I want a little bit more time with my child at home. You will periodically, all of the virtual learning families they will be sending out surveys to see if you want to opt into hybrid learning. Okay. you will be able to opt in. But it's much easier to be hybrid and say, you know what, I want to go virtual, to be able to do that, because of the numbers and the classroom sizes of the cohorts, there may not be a spot for them to come in right away. So just know that, but the district will be having options of letting virtual learning students come back in. Also, depending on the numbers, because we don't know families that are interested in home learning or families that are going to be interested in coming in, if you do virtual learning, you may not have the same teacher, because maybe maybe because of the numbers, that teacher, they've been talking about, because of the options they're going to be providing for parents, is you may get a different virtual teacher if you decide to go virtual. Now, because they're still trying to decide how that's going to work, um, um, I don't really know how it's going to work, and I think it's going to depend on the numbers. So they did tell me to make sure to say that if you choose virtual, you may not have the same third grade teacher. It may be kids from like 4 or 5 different schools that are all in like 5th grade, and they're doing a 5th grade virtual academy. So just know that, and it's not all set in stone. So I want you to be thinking about that, because also, depending on, teachers' medical issues, they may decide, I would prefer to do virtual learning. So I think that the union, they're still trying to decide how they're going to do that with our teachers. So, just know that, really think about it, because if you do virtual, you may not have the same teacher. Okay. It's probably not going to happen, I don't think, until the spring, with what the numbers look like right now and where the numbers are going. But we still want to know who would be interested in which type of learning. Okay. And then it says right here, a day in the life of hybrid learning. So just, for students that return to campus, just know there's going to be a lot less students in the classroom. They're thinking about, I think 12 is the key number, and it depends on the square footage of the classrooms, because every school has different square footage. We actually qualify for 14 people. That's why we do 12. We can do 12 students and 2 adults in a classroom. It's depending on the square footage according to the county. And then the students are going to stay in a stable cohort. They're going to be together all the time. What does recess going to look like? We're still not sure. It may be an inside recess where they play together, or they'll be on a certain part of the playground, just that cohort is playing with themselves. And it's going to really depend on, I'm going to look at my schedules and how I develop my schedule so that kids are not tending to interact with each other. And once we know our numbers, I'll know how to be able to create those schedules. Students are going to be completing coursework online and in person, and getting in-person instruction as well. So they're going to be still working. They're all going to have devices, and they're still going to be doing a lot of work online. There's going to be also the opportunity for, I know we have the after school program. In that survey, they're going to ask you, would you be interested in the after school program? I think they're want to see how many parents are interested in continuing the after school program, to see if we will have it at Sierra Vista. They will be provided meals every day, and I think it's going to be a grab and go type of thing where they're just going to grab something. They'll either eat in their classroom, or they'll grab it on their way out, depending if we do a 2 cohort session in a day. And then also know that you can, if you're doing hybrid, it's much easier to opt into online learning model if you choose to. Okay, so you know what, I don't really like this whole hybrid thing, or you know what, I really want to maybe just keep them at home. Then you can opt to do the online. It's much easier to do that. Okay. So as I said, this is the website right here. If you want to take a screenshot, reopening.lausd.net, but I'm also going to post it on our Class Dojo after this meeting. Go ahead and fill out that survey. I'll be sending out reminders to all of my parents to make sure that they fill it out. Are you interested in on-site supervised care? Also, this doesn't really apply to us, but there will be bus transportation provided for those students that were utilizing buses, but none of our students here at Sierra Vista utilize the bus program. So that doesn't really apply to us. So hopefully everybody got a screenshot. Just a couple of reminders as I finish up all the information. COVID testing, make sure that you get COVID tested. You can go to Class Dojo, the link is on there. If you haven't registered for Parent Portal, please do so. It's really important, especially in these times where we're trying to get information to you. This is going to be a way the district is going to be giving out all kinds of pertinent information. You can probably find the Return to Campus guide on there for you to review. Please make sure that you do the survey by December 6th. I'm sure it'll be extended, but I'll be pushing it to get as many families as we can so we can kind of look at the numbers and see what our families in the Sierra Vista community are thinking if we do start to reopen. And as I said, start practicing with your children, wearing the masks. I also got them all little water bottles because all of our water fountains are going to be closed. So when whoever comes back on campus, I'm going to give them a little gift. They're going to have their mask, they're going to have their water bottle because they're going to have to bring their water every day because the water fountains are going to be closed on site. Just different things, it's just a different way of doing things and stuff or whatever. And I'll be sending all kinds of reminders out of that before we finish up. Just a reminder, make sure you're checking Class Dojo because that's where I'm sending all my information. We have our Facebook account as well where we post information. We have our Twitter account and the school loop as well. The manual, the Return to Campus manual is already on there. And just remember to always look for this little eagle because there's a lot of Sierra Vistas. There's a lot of Sierra Vistas middle schools, high schools all over the place. So it's wherever you see this little eagle, that's our account. So you can get all of the information on these different social media platforms. And I think that's it for me now. Let's see if we have, also, we are in the Lincoln El Sereno Community of Schools network. So all of this information you can also get at this link, this website, and we are considered the Lincoln El Sereno Community of Schools area. So that is our little mini district that we are a part of. And they have all of this information and this PowerPoint is on there as well for you to review. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and open it up to any questions that we may have. I don't know.
We have a question in the chat.
Okay.
For us, it says, will there be an option to align schedules if we have multiple children at different schools? That would help with the decision.
I'm probably going to look at that. Yes. And that's something I'm going to naturally do anyway. I'll do my best to do that, to put them on schedules that are similar. Yes.
Does anyone else have any other questions?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, just know that I'm available, via Class Dojo. You can always send me a message. I know. Oh, is there another question?
Yeah. Is testing for COVID on weekends?
Yes, actually, they do have testing on Saturdays. So if you go on the link, and I think it's only certain Saturdays. So go on the link and then see if they do. And then a lot of times what I try to do is when they'll have like Saturdays, like I know last week, I try to post the flyers when it's like, sometimes they're just like it's open where you can just kind of go, but they tend to want you to do an appointment. So whenever I see Saturdays, and I think it's only certain sites that are open on Saturdays. So just go in, put in your Saturday date, and they're doing extended hours too. They're doing, I think, like 7:15 to like 6:45 now too. So they're doing it early morning and afternoons as well. So be on the lookout, go on the website, and then just put put down like when you're thinking about doing it and your dates, and then see if you can get in. I guess with that, if there isn't any more questions, just like I said.
There's one more. Sorry, they keep coming in.
Good, good. I'm excited. Okay, give me the question.
Information for back to campus school choice gonna be mailed out to us?
Yes, it's going to be mailed. But you can have, right now, you can go on our school loop and you can click on the family guide, and it's in English and Spanish, and you can skim through it. You can download it onto your computer and you can have it, but it will be emailed. I think it's gonna, it might already be on Parent Portal. Check out Parent Portal. And they were gonna email it and apparently text it. I don't know if you guys ever get text. I never use the text feature. I should figure out how to do that, but it's already there. You can download it and download it onto your computer, like right after this meeting.
Okay, is there a plan for social emotional support if students return to campus? If so, what will that look like?
Well, right now, I'm sure they're gonna give us more information, because that is gonna be a big, big deal. So as of right now, we haven't gotten any clear designation. And usually what they do is they do trainings right before it's all gonna, probably in January, we'll start to get trainings. We do have a lot of social emotional trainings that the teachers have already done with everything that's going on right now. They've done trainings, that's been the focus. Hey, Mark, how are you? I see you. But yeah, we are going to be having trainings, and it's really good. We're probably going to get more information because it's going to look different once the kids start coming on site.
Okay, another question. Since our kids are in different grades, will they be in the same cohort? For the time, would they be on campus at the same time?
I think we're going to try to do it's hard for me to say definitely yes, because we don't know who's interested, right? We don't know what the core, it may be one cohort 3 days a week. It may be an A and a B, depending on the numbers. So it really depends on, and that's going to come down from the district, depending on the numbers and depending on how the district is going to design those cohorts. But know that in the back of my mind, I am going to do the best of my ability to put those groups together, right? So brothers and sisters, siblings, same time. It's like when we had track schools, right? You wanted to make sure that the kids that were on tracks had the same track.
Are there any other questions? You can put them in chat, or you can turn your mute on or off and ask the question. Looks like that is about it. Thank you.
And anything else? And and as I get information, I like to share it with you. Just be on the lookout. Like I said, 700. We want 700 for several weeks before they'll even consider opening. So that is the number that you want to be looking for in case COVID cases in LA County, because it really depends on the Department of Health in LA County if they're going to allow it or not. So that is something you want to be looking for. And just go ahead and think about what you want to do, fill out that survey. And once the district starts getting the numbers of what parents are interested is when they're going to start developing those schedules and what it's going to look like more. And once I get more information, I will share it with you. So this is just the beginning stages of them developing what it's going to look like. I think for now, they just want to know who would want to come back and who would not want to come back. And so that they can start developing their different instructional learning schedules. Okay, and know you can always reach me on Class Dojo. I'm always available. Just send me a little message. Miss Hernandez sent me a message this morning and I got right back to her. So that's an easy way for you to contact me, okay? And with that, I will end this part of the session, and Miss Lewis is going to take over the next part.
I'm actually going to reschedule my meeting because we're at 3:20 already, and I'm sure they don't want to sit here for another 20 minutes, especially after all the information you gave them.
Yeah.
A lot to digest. So I'm going to reschedule for the week after Thanksgiving for my.
Okay. All right. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Preguntas? No,
No.
good? No? All right. A nice chunk of information to digest, to think about. Think about it this weekend, and then I'll go ahead and link some of this information on our Class Dojo with the survey link, and then you can, just start thinking about it. And it's just putting it in your head. But right now, we started this whole process 2 or 3 weeks ago with the reopening, and they wanted us to have the meetings, but and then the last 3 weeks, the numbers just started spiking again. So I'm thinking, I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Rosales? You're in the medical industry. I'm thinking spring, maybe after March. What do you think, Mr. Rosales?
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe March, if we're lucky. So because they're starting to spike now, and they had all these wonderful plans, and we're gonna do all this stuff, and then the numbers started spiking. So, but it's something for you to think about. Start thinking about it, because even if we do it for the rest of the year, it will be hybrid, and maybe next year as well. So just start thinking about what you want for your child, what you think is best for your child. Fill out the survey, and then we'll just go from there. And then if we open, then we'll you're going to get a lot more information very specific to Sierra Vista and what it's going to look like for us. And you're probably going to get a little bit of that anyway in the next couple of weeks, because I'll make a video for our campus as well. So you can start to visualize what that's going to look like for your child. And then we'll just go from there. We'll just see what happens. Just be checking Class Dojo and my social media as I post different things, as we get different kinds of information. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for everything that you're doing, because I know it's a lot. It is a lot. And I have parents calling me. It is very hard. And I just want to say thank you so much for supporting us in everything that we're doing here, because I know a lot of the burden falls on you at home with the kids, and you guys are doing a wonderful, fabulous job with the students. Our kids are getting on. We have a extremely high percentage of participation compared to a lot of other schools. And I know a lot of it is because my parents are really working with us to make sure that we're able to get the job done. And for me, I just, we got this new Mayan reading, and I'm just thinking, what else can we get for our students so when they come back, the gaps aren't that big. So you're going to hear me promote reading and different platforms so that our students, when they do come back, we don't see as much of a gap. I'm hoping, because we have a lot of participation, and our kids are doing a fabulous job, and stuff. We're going to get the interventions going. We're trying to reach and work with those kids that are having a little bit of a harder time. So I'm hoping that with all these different things we have in place, we're really being able to support everyone through all of this. But once again, thank you so much. If you have any questions, reach out to me. You all have a wonderful Thanksgiving break with your families. Enjoy it, relax, disconnect. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting.